Hi, I'm Wes, the Explosion, and well, we got two new trailers. The first was nice, but didn't really give us a lot of extra information. The second was pretty major, so I guess I'm pushing my Sigma and Zero Timelines videos back again. Let's dive right in, starting with the bigger bombshell, the Sonic Racing Crossworlds trailer. Due to, I guess, copies breaking street date, we knew that the last wave of DLC for Sonic Racing Crossworlds was going to be Mega Man, and thanks to store pages, we knew that that pack was going to have two new racers, a vehicle, and course. Mega Man was a safe bet, and Rush Roadster was also predictable, though there were a few possibilities for the other stuff. While I had a short list, my bet was going to be Roll, but instead, the second character's Proto Man. Hey, pair of siblings, so I was close. For stage, I was gonna be quirky and guess either Turbo or Nitro Man's level, but it turns out that it was Wily Castle, specifically the one from Mega Man 2, which is also what they used in Smash. In fact, seeing it in 3D seemed so familiar that I actually questioned whether they had just lifted it from there, but flipping back and forth, this is definitely a new model. And continuing the Mega Man 2 love, because that's the only game in the series that counts, we get the theme from Wily Castle 1 from that game, as well as Wily Machine 2, and the projector from the game's final boss, Alien, on the ceiling. We also get Yellow Devil and some of the fortress environments from Mega Man 1? What? I apologize for my sass, they are acknowledging more than two. There's some Mets wandering around the track, and it looks like Mega Man and Proto Man can fire off the weapon pickups from their busters. I think all this looks great. While I'd say Rock looks a little more detailed in Smash, the new model here looks good and fits in well with what they're going for. Plus, with the eye movements on Rush and the extra touch with the busters, I'm not about to accuse them of cutting corners. There's a lot of little details that they could have skimped on or just left out, so it's clear that somebody really cared. It is now also time for me to admit that I'm not super familiar with this game other than the trailers. I was looking at this as a potential alternative to Mario Kart since I'm avoiding Switch 2, though I cooled off on this too, since $70 with the season pass seemed a little steep, especially since while I like Sonic, I'm not much of a racing game sort of guy. With this though, I'm on board. There are very few ways that I will not take Mega Man, and I'm actually really invested in him and Sonic being friends, ever since the Archie crossovers. I was really disappointed when World of Light didn't have many cutscenes, since I was hoping for one with Rock and Sonic fighting back to back, though I guess I could always write some fanfic. That does lead into something that's a little disappointing though. The DLC characters aren't voiced. When I first heard this, I thought it might just be because they were still under development, but Team Sonic confirmed that they wouldn't be due to that requiring a bunch of extra approvals. I really wanted to hear Sonic call Mega Man Rock and maybe even Knuckles call Proto Man Blues. Besides that though, I'm tickled pink. This is a lot more love than I was really expecting, so while I don't know who or how or why this is happening, I do just want to thank who's ever responsible. This is great. And hey, for something else I was worried about, it seems you can buy the DLC packs individually. I have no desire to play as Minecraft or Avatar characters, and while I like both SpongeBob and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'd prefer to stick to the video game characters, so I'm gonna go Mega Man and maybe Pac-Man. Speaking of, Pac-Man gets a spot here and there's some extra Sonic content in his Pac-World 2 repack game. Do you think Capcom might do the same? Mega Man 12 confirmed? Haha, just kidding. Unless... It would be pretty wild and a guy can dream, right? Anyway, my final question here is whether I should grab Sonic Crossworlds now, wait for it to go on sale or get a price drop, since Sega does do that, sometimes soon after release, or hold off until Mega Man gets added to send a message. Well, I got between now and Q3 of 2026 to decide. It might be a bit. We also got an updated trailer for the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, which I was gonna pass on because there wasn't much else added. It contained the info we got in our original 25-second trailer and what looked like most of what they showed off in the minute-long Japanese one, just subbing out Messi for Cygnus Wing. We get the different layout and display options, I will never turn off the pixels, a look at some of the different online functions, download chips, or cards in this case, are included like in the Battle Network collection. It has a gallery and music player, complete with some updated tracks, reminding me of how much I wish we would have gotten Double Team, what looks like a redone font for text, and the upscaled visuals, which I think look pretty good. It seems like you can have a good number of brother bands as well, which I'm guessing you're still limited to your 6 in-game ones, and the rest outside of that are more of a friends list, but I guess we'll see. Oh, also worth mentioning is that the website states that the collection doesn't support crossplay or cross-saves, so choose carefully if you have people you want to play this with. There's also a few other oddball things worth mentioning. The trailer advertises difficulty and assist settings, which I was expecting. All the Legacy collections have something, though I was initially left wondering what these were. When it mentioned difficulty options, it shows Geo running around as Mega Man with a text box saying assist feature in the corner, so I questioned whether this meant that you could have the game auto-run you to your destination or something. The next screen says Mega Buster but has Geo selecting and using a chip, so I thought they might have mislabeled things, but the follow-up Buster Shot does more damage than it should, so I guess that means we're getting something similar to Buster Max. With it listing both difficulty and assist settings, I'm left wondering if these might be separate features, and there's something yet to come, like how Zero ZX had both save assist and casual scenario. All that's to say, chances are we still probably have a good bit of information to come with the collection, and with Tokyo Game Show being this weekend, we might even get some pretty soon. Oh, and just for an extra bit of smartassness, to show that I'm paying attention, the track that's playing during the part where they're showing you how to swap remixes isn't what's on screen. It should be Ride On, if my sound files aren't mislabeled. I kinda fretted about doing this since some of my questions could be answered in under 24 hours, but hey, I can always do a follow-up. I won't drag this out too much more, so what did you think of the trailers? Which are you the most excited for, and are there any details I missed? Probably. Anyway, with that, we can wrap things up. Thanks as always for watching, and maybe consider subscribing if you're into retro games, especially Mega Man. Got to talk about an upcoming title today, though. Neat!